Before this video starts, I just want to make this clear. Please do not send any hate to anyone mentioned in this video. Thank you. So, we all know that there is no shortage of Minecraft content on YouTube. There are countless numbers of Let's Plays, reviews, challenges, music videos, compilations, and all the bunch being uploaded to YouTube every single day. But unfortunately, the majority of it is by 12-year-olds using Bandicam recording on their crappy laptops from 2007.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Chadtronic here. And today, we're going to be playing some Minecraft, or something.
And while most of them obviously aren't too popular, due to the quality of their videos being pretty much complete garbage. Usually to become popular as a Minecraft YouTuber, you'd have to have high production value, clickbait titles, consistency, a humorous and outgoing personality, friends, and, well, a lot of luck admittedly. And all those little kids with generic bad quality Minecraft videos would usually not make it anywhere, getting only like 10 or so subscribers. However, there was one channel that actually became pretty popular, but probably for the wrong reasons. And this YouTuber was of course the infamous Super Minecraft Kid. But who was Super Minecraft Kid, and what happened to him? Well, in this video, I'm going to be answering those questions as best I can. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So Super Minecraft Kid, who I'll just refer to as SMK for simplicity reasons, created his channel on March 12, 2015. The first video that he uploaded was called FNAF Song Cover, and the video itself was just a really badly done cover of the FNAF song by The Living Tombstone. I'll play you a little clip of it so you can get a feel for just how bad it is.
Freddy, this is where you wanna be, don't get it. This is where you wanna stay, Freddy's. This is where you wanna be, don't get it. Now do what you stay, Freddy's.
Yeah, but hey, it's still kind of funny how bad it is. You can tell that he went in without preparing, as he doesn't even really know the lyrics. He's also mumbling a lot of the time. Hey, he'd make a really great mumble rapper, hashtag not really. But from the looks of it, he was watching a karaoke video on YouTube, but just couldn't keep up. After that, he posted 2 FNAF 1 Let's Plays, which were pretty bad and generic, and really not that interesting compared to his other stuff. Episode 1 ends with him appreciating Chica a little too much, and shortly after that, the video just cuts off with him screaming. In episode 2, the camera stops working towards the end, and he just ends up closing the doors and playing his FNAF cover, followed by the screen going black and then him screaming. He then did a cover of the FNAF 2 song, which used the same picture of Freddy Fazbear from the first video, which is just being slowly zoomed in, by the way. And yeah, it's overall pretty similar to his first FNAF cover, although I think he got a little bit more of the lyrics right this time maybe. But there were times where he would just stop in the middle of a verse, or start singing at the wrong time. And towards the end of the song, he started to raise his voice a little bit more. After that, he released an original song this time, called We Hate the Haters, and this song was fire. As in garbage fire. It just consisted of him repeating pretty much the same words over and over again. Holy shit, he copied Lil Pump, even though Lil Pump wasn't really a popular rapper at this point. But still, that was a joke in case you couldn't tell, but it'll make sense why I made this joke in just a bit. But he also flashes up a few hate comments, some of which appear to be actually constructive criticism, but I guess it's just all hate to him. And in the end, he just started shouting.
We don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. We don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. People say I'm dumb, people say I'm stupid. We don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater.
Okay, so after this he posted his first Minecraft video titled Let's Play Minecraft Survival Games. And yes, games is spelt wrong for some reason. Now the video is in 240p, so I'm guessing that he was using a really slow PC when he was making these videos, especially considering that the video was all glitchy and laggy, along with most of his other videos, and he would often complain in the game that it's lagging and say stop lagging, usually in a lot of anger too.
Stop f***ing lagging!
Now he starts off talking in a softer and high-pitched voice, but as the video goes on and he starts to get angrier, his voice grows deeper and louder, and every time he dies in the game, he pretty much screams at the top of his lungs and bursts everyone's eardrums, and curses the game out too.
Oh, you! 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 What the f***? Ah! 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. We don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the haters. Hater. 'Cause I don't like the haters, we don't like the hat
Now, I'm guessing his parents weren't home when he made these, obviously, because if they were, they would have heard him. Also, his Minecraft skin is Shrek for some reason, so I guess he was ahead of his time in terms of dank memes. Following part 2 of survival games, SMK would start his most famous series, Minecraft Animated. The 7-episode series revolved around Michael, aka Super Minecraft Kid, and his history teacher. Now, as you can tell, it's not exactly animated at all, and even the actual artwork, if you can even call it that, isn't really that good. Okay, so if you don't want the story to be spoiled for some reason, then skip to this time. But then again, it isn't as if I'm about to spoil Endgame or anything, so you're not really missing much. So basically what happens is that Michael gets an F on his history test and wants to get revenge on his teacher. He ends up getting sucked into Minecraft and meets Steve. Then he game ends his history teacher in Minecraft, and then he goes with Steve to FNAF, where they meet Chica and game end Bonnie. Then the history teacher teams up with Balloon Boy, only for him to quickly get KO'd by SMK. Then the history teacher disarms SMK of his diamond sword, but just then Chica swings in and saves him. Then they go start slaying kids cartoon characters like Dora. Oh, and Mario too, even though he's not really a kids cartoon character, but whatever. They also end up recruiting JWM321, who I guess is a friend of SMK or something. He then gets sucked back out of Minecraft, and then the next day in his history class he gets another F. The history teacher then reveals that he's trying to defeat SMK, and he has all the Minecraft and FNAF haters working for him. Steve then tells Michael that his butter sword, and yes, that's what he calls it, can bring people back to life, which may come in handy later on, hint hint. He then teams up with all of his subscribers, and then they have a huge epic battle. After that, SMK and his history teacher have a final boss battle. The history teacher shoots Steve, and then just before he shoots SMK, Chica jumps in front of the bullet and sacrifices herself to save SMK. Wow, how heroic. Then SMK finishes off his history teacher, and this scene lasts a long time, and he screams and cusses him out. Then after the scene is finally over, he uses the butter sword to bring Chica back to life, and then I guess they fall in love or something. So yeah, spoilers over, that was pretty much how the story goes. I'll admit it's actually a pretty, okay story, I guess, at least for like an 11-year-old. Well, other than the fact that the antagonist was presumably based on a real person, and that SMK may have really felt this way about his history teacher. Oh yeah, and did I mention that this kid uses a lot of bad language in his videos? And yes, that includes the N-word with the hard R, and the homophobic F-word too, and the regular F-word for that matter, and pretty much any other offensive word you can think of.
This was going to be my 400 subscribers special because you n***ers were all on my server. He thinks he's really good, but he's really not. He's a faggot.
But this kid is also known for his very strong opinions and rants. He'll defend everything he likes and attack anything he hates. He's kind of like Sammy Classic Sonic fan, only in this case, SMK doesn't show his face, which adds more mystery to his identity. There are tons of videos on his channel to look at. Two of his most well-known rants are the Stop Hating on FNAF rant and the Stop Hating on Minecraft rant, both of which revolve around him yelling at the viewers to stop hating on the games he likes, and that their opinions on Mario and Smash Bros and Zelda and Sonic and other games like that are wrong. He also disses every Smash Bros Brawl character in the FNAF one, so that's pretty funny. Oh, and did I mention that he hates Nintendo? Well, he does, and he made an epic rant about it, where he talks about how Nintendo rips off other games, such as Samus and Master Chief or Snake in Call of Duty. Which they didn't, by the way, but then he also says to buy Xbox, so clearly he's like a fanboy or an anti-fanboy or something like that. He also hates Team Fortress 2 and made 4 videos playing it and raging at it. And he did a horrible Terraria review, which is honestly a great game by the way, but you guessed it, he called it a 2D Minecraft ripoff. Wow. I've never heard that one before.
It's a f***ing ripoff! Like, look at this! Pickaxe! Pickaxe! Are you f***ing kidding me? And a sword! A sword! And look at this! Jump! It's just like f***ing Minecraft except it's a f***ing 2D! Why would you? This instantly makes Minecraft better because it's 3D. Why would you want to play something that's 2D when you can play the same game except better, not a ripoff, and in 3D?
But he did walk right into the dungeon and got killed by the dungeon guardians, so that was pretty funny.
What the f*** is that? What the f***? What? What was that? That's f***ing dead! Why the f*** would you f***ing do that? Why the f*** would you f***? Oh
yeah, he also thinks that Minecraft was the first game ever made, which it obviously is. It was made in 2009, but SMK seems to think it was made in the 1960s.
Minecraft was the first ever game that ever fucking came out. So shut the fuck up. Minecraft came out like 1960s. My question is, how the fuck does your adolescent ass think that Minecraft was in the 1960s? It was made in 2009. That's fake! It was made in the 1960s! Why else would the graphics be so bad?
He also seems to be pretty bigoted and close-minded, according to the Q&A video, where he lists all the things and people he hates, which seems to outweigh the things that he likes.
List everything we hate. Alright, Smash Bros. I'm just gonna count the whole Nintendo. Everything in Nintendo. Sony, black people, Asians, women, gays, disabled people, people with the autism. My friend Jack, he's f***ing it. TF2, oh yeah.
Alright, so I think you get the point. SMK was this highly controversial and offensive Minecraft YouTuber who would consistently swear, scream, and make outlandish claims and opinions. And while he was so vocal that he attracted a lot of attention on his YouTube channel, likely due to them being so bad that they were hilarious. He managed to get the YouTuber I Hate Everything to make a dedicated video about him, which is a pretty impressive thing to do. Considering he doesn't usually target specific YouTubers, he usually does general topics, let alone small Minecraft kids, but yeah, that was a pretty impressive feat if I do say so myself. And even though IHE had only around 50,000 subscribers at the time, that's still quite a lot, especially since that this was around the time when IHE was starting to blow up. And the video now has over 2.2 million views, and is actually the most viewed SMK video on YouTube, at least that I know of. Another big YouTuber who made a video about SMK is none other than Leafy is here, who titled his video The Hitler of YouTube, which is a bit harsh and exaggerated, but I guess that was just kind of a clickbait title. And this was around the start of 2016, so Leafy had around 1 million subscribers and was a pretty big channel and a pretty rising channel at the time too. Another large YouTuber, Chadtronic, also made a video about SMK, and yes, so did the gamer from Mars. But on his main channel, he peaked at around 27,000 subscribers and almost 3.3 million total channel views, which is incredibly high numbers for a channel like Super Minecraft Kid. I wish I could have even a tenth of those numbers. So be sure to subscribe her. Some of his milestone videos include a Q&A at 100 subs, FNAF character voice impressions for 1,000 subs.
Next up is Chica. Hi, I'm Chica. Let's eat.
10 out of 10 voice acting skills, by the way, and an SMK official Minecraft skin for 10,000 subs. But then around March or April of 2016, his channel was deleted. His final video was titled I Got Grounded, where he says that he was grounded because his history teacher apparently found his videos and told his parents. And well, that's basically the end of it. But wait, there's actually quite a bit more. Because it was actually revealed on Reddit, presumably by SMK himself, that he was in fact a troll, and his real channel was called FlourTownBrown, which has since been changed to Flotobro. And when you take a look at some of his videos, you can kinda tell by his voice that, yeah, they're most likely the same person.
Hello guys, it's FlourTownBrown here, and today we are with Barry Fred, and today we are going to be playing Hunger Games. For some reason, skins aren't working right now. I got this game, so, because I couldn't get the new Call of Duty because it costs too much, so, yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm starting a new animated series. It's called Minecraft Animated. It might be up before, but I don't know.
And I think there was a couple other things like his username too that people noticed. So yeah, he turned out to be a troll the whole time. But when you really think about it, it was kind of obvious that it wasn't real. I mean, the things he said were really out there, and yeah, he sure tricked the internet. In fact, he was kind of smart for coming up with the whole thing, and he ended up being pretty successful. Now, I don't know if he ever monetized his videos. You may be thinking that his videos would obviously get demonetized, and you'd be right. Except for the fact that this was in 2015 and early 2016, and demonetization was implemented around the beginning of 2017. So in theory, if his videos were monetized, he could have made literally thousands of dollars from this. That's pretty good for an alleged 11-year-old, which is hard to say for sure his actual age, but it was pretty obvious that he was actually a kid, so his age was probably the one thing that was true in his videos. Now, did he actually get grounded, or was that just a cop-out to end his channel? That I can't say for sure, it could go either way. But it would be pretty funny if he ended up getting actually in trouble for like a troll, but you never really know. But either way, he was finished with the Super Minecraft Kid persona. Well, that was until August 12th, 2016. Now, there were quite a lot of people on the internet who re-uploaded his videos in order to archive them, as well as many people making compilations and remastered animations of his work, and some of them were actually pretty good. And there were also a bunch of people who were making videos and claiming to be him. However, most of them appeared to be imposters trying to cash in on his success of the original, or maybe even to carry on the torch and legacy for him in his absence. This was evidenced due to their voices sounding rather different from the real SMK's voice. By the way, quick little disclaimer here, this is all just my opinion. Obviously, I don't know any of these guys. Maybe they are real, maybe they aren't, but this is just an assumption and my opinion and alleged. So yeah, obviously I don't know if these people are or aren't actually the real SMK. It's really hard to say with this guy, but I'm just going based off their voice that they may not be. So just keep that in mind. But still, some of these channels managed to pull in pretty good numbers. But there was one channel that caught my attention. This guy's voice did sound quite different from SMK's original voice, but you gotta keep in mind that this was quite some time later, and it's very possible that his voice could have changed since then due to puberty or something like that. Plus, he also claims that he had a cold in the description. But the real thing that got me was the fact that this guy's voice again sounded very similar to FlourTownBrown.
Alright, so let's just look at this really, really close, okay? What is one pattern that you see throughout this image? You see this? Why? Who does this? What are they holding? And to celebrate, I'm playing one of the best games made of all time, Undertale. Now you may think, what the heck? What the heck? Michael, I thought you hate this game. And I never said I did. I just hate bad graphics. But this game is different because it's deep. Just like Five Nights at Freddy's.
So that led me to think that this was the real SMK. His channel is still up to this day, and he has almost 4,000 subscribers, although he did end up removing all of his videos, but re-uploads can still be found for some of them, but I guess some of them got lost, unfortunately. He claimed that he is no longer grounded, and that he has created a new channel, although in reality he may have decided to revive the Super Minecraft Kid brand in an attempt to recreate his former success. He started off by making an Undertale video, in which he says that he actually likes Undertale, despite what people may have originally thought. He also counted down the top 5 best games, in his opinion of course, so you know he's gonna have some funny picks in there, like 2016 No Man's Sky before it was fixed. He also did another episode of survival games where he also ranted about Zelda Breath of the Wild, and he made another Team Fortress 2 video as well as a rant on the Nintendo Switch reveal. But best of all, he made Season 2 of SMK Animated, although it only lasted 2 episodes, and wasn't really as good. But here's the thing, the new SMK just wasn't quite as good as the original. Maybe it was his voice being different or something like that, but it just wasn't the same as the originals. Those original videos were classics, kinda. But the new ones kind of felt like a shoddy TV reboot which tries to capture the joy of the original series but fails. But I mean, they were alright I guess, and they still were kinda funny, but some of the charm was lost, probably due to the videos and the screaming especially sounding so forced. But he did manage to get some kind of traction to his new channel, as he peaked at over 250,000 views and 4,300 subscribers, albeit not as much as before, but still quite a sizable amount. But eventually he just stopped posting videos and deleted all of his videos in September of 2018, although the channel still remains up. But the SMK name is still going strong-ish. And there are still people uploading under that name, such as this guy with over 1,000 subscribers and over 40,000 views, who created his channel in May of 2019 and still seems to post regularly. Although I'm pretty sure this guy isn't the real SMK, as he doesn't really sound like him, and I mean at this point the real SMK would be about 15 or 16 years old now, so his voice would most likely sound deeper by now. Speaking of which, let's check up on the real SMK, Flotobro. So Flotobro currently has over 7.6 thousand subscribers, and his channel itself is pretty random and inconsistent in terms of uploads. It seems to be some sort of meme channel or something like that, or at least it was, but recently he started doing these video game essay analysis type videos, which he doesn't really seem to upload that often, as the gaps between uploads seems to be rather long, generally a few months. And his last upload was on November 1st, 2019. As of right now, I don't know if he's still doing YouTube, but hey, maybe there'll be a new video from him soon, you never know. Okay, so literally as I was editing this, as I was going to look him up, I just saw he literally uploaded a video like 20 minutes ago as I'm editing this. Should you watch Sonic the Hedgehog movie 2020? So there you go, that answers that question. Yes, he is still active on his channel as of right now. So, I thought that was pretty funny. I wanted to throw this in real quick. So, yeah, he uploaded a video literally as I was editing this. So, yeah. The content itself is actually pretty good and well edited.
Deadly Premonition was the worst game I have ever played. It's also one of the best games I've ever played. Deadly Premonition was released on Xbox 360 in 2010, and in 2013 there was a re-release called the Director's Cut on PS3 and Steam. Now, finding the game on consoles is almost as rare as getting the Steam version to work properly without starting a house fire, which is probably the best indicator of the game's quality. Thankfully, there's a new port called Deadly Premonition Origins on the Switch, but for some reason, only some of the content in the Director's Cut is still here.
And he does get about 1,000 or 2 views per video, but it's not much compared to how many views he was getting when he was making his controversial SMK videos. And Flotobro himself appears to be really different from the character SMK. It's kind of hard to believe that they're actually the same person, which kinda goes to show how good of an actor Flotobro actually is. For instance, SMK hated Nintendo with a burning passion, whereas Flotobro actually appears to be quite an avid Nintendo fan, as he actually likes games such as Earthbound. Okay, so I found his Twitter, and his Twitter name is Ian, so perhaps SMK's name, Michael, was just a fake name, and not his actual name. Okay, so I just made a bit of a discovery here. So I was watching his Undertale video, and I just realized that he said his brother's name was Ian, right? Because, you know, that would be his username.
So I asked my brother, and he shared the game with me. So I already have all his save files. So my name's Ian, which is his brother's name, which is my brother's name. So it's not Ian. I would have made it Michael, but I shared the game with him.
But his Twitter name is Ian, so, you know, that is more further proof, pretty much, that that new SMK was FlourTownBrown, because, you know, he was playing Undertale, he made his name Ian because that's his name, but then when he goes to SMK and his name is Michael, he realizes, well, now, so then he says his brother's name is Ian, so, you know, it makes sense now, and I just realized that, so yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, he seems to be still active on Twitter, having around 250 followers, including the gamer from Mars himself. So what can we take away from this whole thing? Well, basically, Super Minecraft Kid was a troll that got way too popular, and ended up fooling a bunch of people. He brought a lot of attention to himself with his rash opinions and harsh language, as well as his constant screaming. He even got the attention of some very popular creators on the site, and made a lot of people laugh and ended up getting a pretty big following. And this absurd personality brought in quite a bit of laughs as people couldn't believe that someone would act this way. And he even got the attention of some very popular creators on the site and ended up getting a pretty big following before it all came to an end. He was the embodiment of your typical cringy Five Nights at Freddy's and Minecraft fanboy, and managed to pull off the character pretty well, although he may have gone a little too far with it. But he even went as far as to turn on his hero and Five Nights at Freddy's creator Scott Cawthon because he played Zelda and for not releasing FNAF 4 sooner. And it was pretty hard for most people to tell whether he was serious or not. Now I would credit him for starting the trend of these little troll channels like Mario Undertale Kid, which he kinda did, but then again Semi-Classic Sonic Fan was doing this kind of stuff before SMK. But I think SMK still played a pretty big role in creating this little kinda sub-community of angry gamer kids. And he definitely took the act further than Sammy ever did, as Sammy never really actually swore in his videos, whereas SMK obviously did. A lot. So I think I went over pretty much everything I wanted to cover in this video, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and sorry for the long wait. I was just taking a little bit of a break from this channel, but now I'm back, and maybe I'll even try and get a second video in February, but no promises though. Anyways, be sure to subscribe and peach.